as time flies by, you'll open up your eyes wide. You feel it's gonna go your way. Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day.
You make me whole again, and then you pick me up and drop me from a height. You make the flowers bloom, and then you dam the river, watch the petals burn. And when the river breaks its back, you may get another chance, but you will not be here to hear me call. Bring me with you when you leave. Bring me with you when you leave. Bring me with you when you leave. Oh, bring me with you when you leave. My skin crawls with shame, but you, oh, you remain unswayed. You say I choke your air, and yet you breathe so deeply, suck my insides dry. No feather left unfurled. Your brilliance blinds me, leaves me flailing in the dark. I'll parrot what you say you feel, each word betrayed by every deed, but you will not be here to hear me call. Bring me with you when you leave. Bring me with you when you leave. Bring me with you when you leave. Oh, bring me with you when you leave. My skin crawls with shame, but you, oh, you remain unswayed.
That wonderful music video you've just seen was of this lady, Miriam Cook. She is a singer, songwriter, composer, archaeologist, to name but a few of the professions that you have followed, young lady.
Well, thank you.
You are quite amazing.
I've done a few things in my time.
Let's start from the very beginning. Where are you from?
Well, I'm Irish originally, so I started in Ireland. I won a modelling competition when I was 18, which was kind of like, I suppose, Ireland's top model. But before it was all televised and everything. So then I got lots of different agents all over the world. I left Ireland, went to New York, started modelling there, then ended up travelling all over Europe. Then I went to drama school, became an actress, started working as an actress. Then moved to England. I started in television there, in acting and also in presenting. Then decided to go back to university. became an archaeologist, started working in archaeology, then came back to the television, started working in television again, while at the same time all along I've always played music and been in bands, so I carried on with the music. So it's kind of a mishmash of things going on at the same time.
What I want to say is, what do you want to be when you grow up? It's like
it
you're
is.
following all these different paths. Can I take you back? Modelling
Yes.
in New York. So at 18, you
Yes.
suddenly, your beauty is recognised, you get all these opportunities, and you go to New York. How
Yes.
old were you?
I was 18 when I went to New York.
So how was that? I mean,
It was great. No, it was
culture shock. I mean,
I have always been quite adventurous. I always had the idea I wanted to travel, I wanted to get out and see the world. And so the opportunity presented itself, and I went over, and I had an American boyfriend as well at the time, and so it was easier to be in a certain, getting over there, and I had my American agency set up, so I started working straight away. So I was very fortunate. But it's fantastic. I mean, at 18, traveling the world, you can't really ask for anything else.
Beauty, fashion, modelling, it's all about the exterior. And I kind of find it ironic that after all that, you decided to go literally to the bone of the matter,
Yes, well,
the archaeology, in the sense it's
Yes.
really, is it because of the prettiness of one aspect? What took you then to such a big change?
I had always been interested in history, and my parents were very into bringing us to archaeological sites, to castles. We would always, on Saturdays or the weekends, we'd always be out somewhere investigating some wonderful place. And when I was modelling, you had the opportunity to go to these fantastic places. Like in Rome, you'd be in the Forum, and be allowed in places that the visitors wouldn't normally go to. And this happened many, many times. And I would always take the opportunity to go and see places when I was at places. Other people might be just relaxing wherever, the hotel room. I'd go out and I'd be taking pictures. And so it was something that was always there for me. And I got to travel. I got to see all these places. So it inspired me, being all over the place. And I knew that I wanted to do something at some point, whether going back to university, and I needed to do something that I was going to be passionate about. So archaeology was that for me. But I still carried on doing the modelling and the acting as well. So it was bringing together, I always say I went from Gucci to Gore-Tex, because it's kind of, but I still carried on doing everything, and I think it's a rounded thing. So I had the mucky archaeology,
you didn't lose your touch with Bays, the realities of the world, even though you were on the glitz and glamour. Well, you're now in the glitzy, glamorous Marbella, back and forwards.
Yeah, we have a place, so I come back whenever I can, but I work in the UK, and but it's great.
Have you been performing locally at all yet?
No, I haven't. But I do have intentions of it, and I'm getting together with some musicians here, because in the UK, my band would be, I don't have double bass, I have violins, flutes. It's very folky, so it's finding similar people that can play with me that I feel comfortable with. But we are definitely going to be doing some stuff here, and in the next few months. So. And I will be touring in the UK as well in the next few months.
You just launched a new album, Free Falling.
Yes.
How was that in the making? What was it like to give birth to a project?
Well, it's been a while. I've been working on this for a few years, and it's a culmination of different songs that I have been working on over 2 or 3 or 4 years, even some going back much further. But they all have similar influences that draw from a range of things like archaeology, my background, social history, the folk that I love, the folk music rather than people, but all kinds of things, and they have that kind of feel. People have associated with it and compared it to Joni Mitchell, Sandy Denny, Judy Collins, because
Joan Baez is kind of like haunting. I mean, as you heard, you've got a very, very clear voice, so you don't need much else, because it's kind of this melody in itself, and then you're just enhanced by the strings and the. So is that you? Are we seeing you? Are you that kind of ethereal person on the inside?
I do kind of have a hippie side, but I mean, for example, Free Falling it does have those beautiful harmonies and melodies, but the message itself is quite is more a statement on the social situation that we have at the moment, and what's happening with society, and a kind of dissatisfaction with it. So that's my music. I guess you have.
She says it so prettily.
But it has. So you're listening to. I like music that you can sometimes be surprised by. You're listening to this, you're taken away by it, something, and then suddenly you listen to the lyrics, and it's like, oh. That's that's kind of, it's almost a juxtaposition. Yes, sometimes. And for me, my music is often like that. And it can be, for example, I often like the bittersweetness of a song that affects you, that it sometimes can be painful to listen to something, but it's beautiful at the same time. And I think that there's a lot of that. Yeah.
Life, yes, it kind of sums up life.
Yes. So Free Falling, a lot of the songs on the album they're uplifting as well. And for example, we've had Bring Me With You, that's, almost, it's painful, but it's also, I will survive kind of thing at the
it was
end
funny
of it.
because I was listening to it, and it was like when we were talking about the song, and I couldn't quite remember the time. I was like, the one that I'm going with you, that take me, don't leave me behind, that one.
Yes.
Because the words do get you, as I even got goosebumps.
Yeah, I mean,
listening to it, that was very sweet, very light, but at the same time, hauntingly sad.
Yeah, and certain things that, it's like my skin crawls with shame. But you're not. You are unswayed by my words. So, this it's some of it's quite raw.
Did you live that?
I think I'm a writer, so a lot of the stuff I write is not necessarily me. It's a story, but it's a story of, and definitely there would be parts of me and things that have happened to me that would be in there. But it's not to say that I'm wandering around constantly.
No, but there are moments in life that,
definitely,
and the great talent comes from great pain.
Exactly, and I agree with that, and I think that there's a lot of me in the songs. Some of them are more narrative, that are telling a story about somebody. Some of them are, my God, you can feel the pain in that song, But yeah, it's a mix.
With everything you're doing, do you feel fulfilled? Do you feel satisfied? Do you feel you're achieving the dreams? Because you look like a young lady that's still got a lot of world to conquer and a lot of ideas in the making.
I've always got loads of ideas.
What's next? Come on, you're obviously working on something.
I have my BBC World Service programme was out just at the end of last year.
And what's that about?
That was on sound and prehistory. So I'm very lucky and fortunate in that I can combine my interest in archaeology, the history, with music
and
as
you're
well.
confident in front of the cameras, obviously.
Yeah, so I've been doing this for a long, I've done it for, I'm not going to go on to how old I am, but I've been doing
at least
10
years.
Yeah, I'm at least 15, yeah. But I'm lucky that I've been able to work in both, have a foot in both fields. So we're doing some more stuff for the BBC. I've got some more music I'm doing. I'm going to be touring. We're doing a lot of radio promotion as well from the album. I've got some stuff with the Jazz Club coming up. Lots of different things. And then also, I've got a new business that I've started up recently, which is kind of going to be based out here because it's starting to encourage people to come out here in the winters that live in the UK or in Ireland that have never thought that they could spend 5 or 6 or 2 to 6 months out here in the winter, like my dad.
Look at that, we've even got someone who come in and bring more people in the times when we need them most. Off season,
yes,
to make it an on season. You are certainly an on young lady. Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Proud to meet you.
Yes, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
I look forward to hearing more from you. Please keep in touch.
We will.
Because
I'll be back.
Just a lot going on. As my dad would say, is that a threat or a promise?
It's too much to talk about in one.
Oh, and it's lovely, and we're really enjoying your music, and
thank you.
Look forward to seeing a lot more. Best of luck with the new album.
Oh, thank you.
Free taxi 4 times a month and 25% discount on your car insurance if you're the Zero Hero.
Yeah, I'm here in Marbella, but it says here I'm in La Canada.
If you haven't mastered the lingo, don't worry. Linear Director has a free GPS geolocator service that will come and find you. Hey, we had a fabulous day, once again recording here at the Farmacy. Vegan, organic, gluten-free, fresh. The chef, the fabulous staff, and part of our lineup of guests for this week's show. Take care of yourselves. Thank you for joining us once again of Marbella now. Be nice to each other, and we will see you again next week. Hasta luego. Bye-bye.